FlossTubers, Kathy here with Carolina Cross Stitcher. It's been a couple weeks. The end of March was the last time we spoke to you, and thought I would just drop in for a little while and show what I've been working on. Peter's not here. He's downtown doing some ministry, and he had mentioned the last time that maybe I should just try this on my own. So I'm gonna give it a shot and see if you guys will be happy with it. Anyway, I didn't want it to go too long, because it seems like the longer we go, the more stuff we have to show. I hope you are doing great and you're having a beautiful weekend and you had a wonderful Easter. We had a wonderful Easter as well. It was such a beautiful day. It had been raining and cold and everything before that, but then Easter morning came, the sun came out, and it was just absolutely gorgeous. So we had a wonderful time. We had a breakfast at our church, which was really nice. Anyway, you're here for stitching, and that's what I have to show you, some of the things that I've been working on. I've got an FFO to show you. I don't have any FOs. I've got some, well, the FFO was a new start. I have a secret stitch that I can't share because I'm making a small for the gift exchange of the retreat that I'm going to in May. I'm really, really excited about that. But anyway, I normally start with a quilt, and I have one up here. Every time I used to go on Etsy, I would see this quilt. It's called Dancing Ribbons. I hope you can see. Not sure how the picture is because I can't see myself in the camera. I'm videoing with my phone, so we're trying that. But anyway, this is a paper piece pattern, and it's small. But every time I would see it, I would want to do it. It ends up being a 12 by 12. So it's a miniature, and I thought, well, I'm just going to give it a go. There was a group on Facebook that was going to do a stitch along or a quilt along, and I thought, oh, this is a good time. I'm going to join in and do that. So I grabbed the pattern. This was actually in a magazine. It was the American Quilter magazine, September 2010 issue, and has some really good instructions in there. And they did it in silk, but I didn't have silk, so I went with cotton. I chose batiks. I had some really colorful rainbow colors of batiks. I hope you can see that. And then I had some dots that I thought would go good with it. And it was really tricky. It was a paper piece pattern, and you did one section of the pie at a time. I used both the light gray and the dark gray in the paper piecing, as you can see. I've got it upside down, which I don't know that it really makes a difference. And I bound it in the same darker dotted fabric. And I kind of did a little trapunto, I think that's what you call it, in the center, just where you kind of make it poofy and stick out a little bit more, have a little bit more dimension. And I just quilted it in the ditch. I thought that's what it called for, just something simple in the ditch. In the back, I did with a purple fabric, and I made these little sleeves right here that I just took a acrylic ruler that I had, and that's how I hang it. This is in my quilting room, and that's where we are today. We're up in my quilting space. I would love to show you the rest of the room, but it is it's a work in progress. You know, when you have a lot of stuff going on, there's piles everywhere, and you don't want to clean everything up and get rid of it because you have to pull it all out again. So one day when I am really industrious, I will get things picked up and presentable and give y'all a tour of my quilt space, quilt studio, a lot of people call it. But anyway, this was a fun quilt. It was challenging, but it was fun. And if you have any questions about it, just let me know. I'm just gonna kind of drop stuff on the floor as we go. Let's see, what have I been stitching on? Let me get my book of days. And for April, let's see, we last saw y'all on March the 31st. And I had started working on Keeper of the Pens. I continued working on Keeper of the Pens And I want to show that to you in just a little while. And then I started on my secret stitch, so I can't show that to you because that's going to be a surprise. But I did pick up Tetelestai. I wanted to do that because of Easter and Good Friday coming. And let me pull that out here. I started this on Good Friday last year. This is the chart by Quaint Rose Needlearts. It's a beautiful, and those that have been with us, you've seen this from time to time come out. I was able to get the top done, which I was really happy. Excuse the noise. And I am stitching this on 36 count Prairie Grass by Seraphim with NPI Silk number 504 Chinese Red. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful red floss. I went ahead and bought a hank from Sassy Jacks. So I think I'm going to have more than enough for this and quite a few other projects. Let me put a board under this so you can see it. I was so tempted to just keep working on it, but then there was other things I wanted to do. So I just had to put it down, and hopefully I can pick it back up before next Easter and get it finished. So I was able to get all of the top done, all of the foliage, the cross. So I'm really happy with that progress, and I think it's turning out beautiful. I've got a little bit of the foliage down here, but I'm just going to save that and do that probably next year, maybe the week before Easter, and hopefully can get it done by Good Friday. I love this fabric. It's just, I think it's beautiful. Can you see that? I hope I'm getting close enough so that you can see the stitching. It is 1/1. The silk is luscious, not 1/1, 1/2. The silk is luscious. I cut it in a little smaller lengths, shorter lengths than I would normally do because it does have a tendency to fray a little bit, and I just didn't want it wearing down and then, you know, losing some of the silk. So I did cut it a little shorter. It worked great. So that's Tetelestai. And there is a sow for that. I don't know if I wrote that down. I didn't write it on here, but I will put it in the drop-down box of the description if you would like to join in. There are people still stitching on it. Let's see, the next thing I worked on, Whip Go. My Whip Go calls for this month are Tender Father Sampler. That was number 17, and that is, let me show you the chart. This is by Tree of Life Sampling, and it's a reproduction, antique reproduction number 4 by Jan Alexander. She did a beautiful job. And that is my Whip Go number 17. I am stitching it on R&R Reproductions American Chestnut, 36 count, 1/2 strands. And I am using, sorry for the noise, Schoolhouse Red by Classic Colorwork, by Gentle Arts. Beautiful color, Schoolhouse Red. Oh, I'm hoping 2 skeins will be enough. We shall see. And my sampler is, I still left it on the scroll rods because I've got, how many more days? 2 more days to work on it. I hope you can see it. When I first picked this up, I had the top border done and down the sides a little bit. So I was able to get the first line of alphabets, this band right here, and then I'm starting on the second. So hopefully I'll be able to get, you know, this one done and maybe even another band. I think it's really pretty. I love it against this color fabric. This might become my, I've never done one thread a day of, you know, one red thread a day. So I'm thinking I might do that until it's finished and just pick it up every day and do a little bit here and a little bit there. Okay. Excuse me for the noise. I'm standing up and I've got my workbench in front of me. It goes that way. I've got my cutting table here, or cutting mat, and it's full, full of stuff. So that's all. I haven't been able to work on my second whip go, and I want to ask y'all about that when I get to my plans, because I would like your opinion. What I really concentrated on this month was Keeper of the Pins by Brenda Gervais. And I think I talked to you about this last time we met, that I was wanting to do something a little bit different and put it around one of Peter's spools. The original intent was to put it on one of the Tiny Town spools. But when I started playing with it and moving stuff around and shifting things around and all, it ended up, it was going to need a little larger spool and a little bit more in width. But anyway, I'm going to show it to you. So what I decided to do was to stitch the stitching bird, the sampler, the red sampler, and the Dame of the Needle. So that's what I did. And I'm going to step back and just show you real quick. I'm just going to flash it real quick. This is what I did. So I basically just copied all of those charts. I had to cut and paste, move things around until I got it the size that I needed and the width. And I did change a couple of things. Let's see if I can remember what I changed. On the stitching bird, I had to shorten the pins because the pins normally went up a little bit higher, but I couldn't use all of that height. I had to shorten the spool, so I cut off, I think, either 2 rows or 1 row of the spool, and I had to adjust. I scooted these threads, spools in, and scooted the spool with the tomato pincushion in. So that was my adjustment on that. Also, on the Dame of the Needle, if you can see here, she's standing on a spool. And she was pretty tall standing on that spool. So I took the spool out from under her feet and I moved it on the side upright. And I put a pair of scissors in it. So it's just a little bit different. The alpha, the sampler, I think that was as is. I just had to get it nice and centered. Nice and centered, and I think it works. Anyway, I'm going to show you. These are the called for. These are the called for threads. Beautiful. It's a combination of Gentle Arts, Classic Color Works, Weeks Dye Works, and DMC. And I had never used this DMC 22 before. I really like it. It's very prim looking instead of it being real bright. So, and I stitched this. This was my first time stitching on 40 count Vintage Country Mocha. Really, really like it. But here is my finish. So you can see there's the stitching bird. I'm going to move out of the way. I'm hoping that's focusing. The sampler. The little tomato. I decided to do the tomatoes with French knots and red. There's the Dame of the Needle. And here's the spool that I did upright and put another red pair of scissors in it. I did a little scissor fob, little strawberry scissor fob. And I looked, I wanted to do what Elizabeth Ann had done on the Tiny Town. I didn't have quite enough room, so I have this fabric. It's called She Who Sews by Moda. I'm thinking it's Moda, and it has all kinds of sewing motifs on it: tape measures, buttons, scissors, scripture, just all kinds of really cool things. So I was able to cut it so it appeared that this was the tape measure. Well, for the top and the bottom, I did it as a very small single-edged binding on the top and the bottom. And then on the sides, I did the same size single-edge binding and then just flipped it over and stitched it down. And then I looked in my button drawer because I was wanting to do like Elizabeth Ann had done. Looked in my button drawer and found these old rusty crusty, like Olivia says, from Pumpkin Hollow Quilts, these buttons. And I just love the buttons. But I couldn't do them on the same side because I didn't want to take away the larger X's, the crosses, cross stitches there. So I did them on opposite ends, sewed them in, and then I had some red elastic. So I sewed that on the inside, the same place where I tacked down the binding, and I think it works. I'm real happy with this. This is one of Peter's spools he did. It is a spalted something. I'm not sure what. It feels like it might be a spalted maple. It's pretty heavy. It's beautiful. We were going to put this in the shop, but I held it out. So anyway, that is my FFO. I haven't posted it on Instagram yet. I was wanting to show it to you guys first. Let me know what you think. I didn't want to have a whole lot of shop news today, but I do want to tell you, if you're making something and you want a spool that will fit size to your piece, let us know. And, you know, Peter can do one for you. That was so much fun. I just can't even tell you how much fun. And I love, in this little book, Brenda talks about the history of the sewing bird. Let's see if I can find it. And I started looking online to see if I could find one. I would love to find one. I just think they're so beautiful. For those of you that have this book, you've probably already read it, but for those of you that don't and you'd like to know about it, evidently this was back in the late 19th century. And the sewing bird was actually a clamp. So you would depress the wings, the back, and it would open the mouth, and then you release it, and the mouth would close down on fabric. It says, the needleworker used the clamp by depressing and releasing the tail of the bird, causing the beak to open and close. The bird's beak thus forms the actual clamp for holding the edge of the fabric while the sewing is done with the free hand. I just love that so much. Says this popular style of bird clamp was made specifically for Marshall Fields and Company of Chicago in the 1890s. Said some bird clamps had the small pincushion on the bird's back. And I found some that are like that. They're very pricey. I would love to have one, but I just don't know that I could go $250 for a bird clamp. But I'm going to keep my eye out. You know, you never know when you go into antique shops or like my friend Merritt that goes to all of these estate sales. You never know if you might find a treasure like that. And just to think of a woman that is doing her mending or sewing or making a dress or making a child's jumper or whatever, she used that to hold it while she did her sewing, and it freed up her hands and probably helped save her hands too from arthritis. So anyway, I love information like that, and thank you, Brenda, for putting that in your chart. And I hope you don't mind my adaptation of your beautiful charts. I absolutely love it, and I enjoyed it thoroughly. So that is my keeper of the pins, and that is all the stitching I've done. I do have some plans that I would like to share with you, and And also, I've got a lot of plans. I'm not sure how much I'm gonna be able to get done, but I just, I keep thinking, I have all these things I want to start. And let me know how you do this. I have all these things that I want to start, and I feel like that if I don't start them, I won't stitch on them. And even if it's it takes time and it's a progressive thing, at least if I start on it and I get in the mood for that, I can pick it up and work on it. Is that how you do it? I've always said, oh, I don't want to have all these unfinished items, but there's a lot of joy in kitting up and starting something new, and then knowing it's there if you want to do it. Sometimes the starting is the hardest part for me. So anyway, this was part of my haul, but I'm going to go ahead and share it with you from Market. It is, I'm going to take it out of the bag here because I don't want it to be too shiny for you. Eliza's French Birds by JBW Designs. And my goodness, from the first time I saw this chart, I knew I wanted to stitch it. It is just absolutely gorgeous. 1849, this is a reproduction that Judy did. And it's small, 76 by 93. The called for is R&R Reproductions Color Espresso. And I just happen to have a fat quarter of that. So I am thrilled. So I'm going to be able to use the called for. I don't always get to do that. A lot of times I'll stitch for my stash, but it's so nice to have something that is going to be the called for, because I've seen pictures of it and it is beautiful. I went ahead and I got the floss, so I've got it ready. I had to order the floss. I think I might have had one or two, but aren't they beautiful? Look at the pinks and greens in that. Oh my goodness, just lovely, lovely, lovely. There isn't a sale going on with Kim, the Contented Needleworker, and a bunch of other folks. And I want to get started on that. So I need to put this on rods and go ahead and jump on it and get started. So that is one of my plans. Another one is I saw Christine, Hollis Hands Creates, and she was showing on her FlossTube, and I think also on Instagram, her progress that she's making on Spring Quaker by Lila's Studio. And I got this chart last year. I think it was a market release last year. And this was one too that when I saw it, I said, oh, I really want to do it. So this is Spring Quaker by Lila's Studio. It is absolutely gorgeous. Everything is absolutely gorgeous. I don't think there's anything that is out there that is not absolutely gorgeous. Do you agree? Oh, I just think this is beautiful. And the chart is excellent. It's large, so you can really see it, and I appreciate that. I am stitching mine with the called for. Let me make sure. This is a big one. This is a big one. It's 268 by 215. The called for, let's see. Yes. Yes. I was able to order this from Seraphim Hand-Dyed Fabrics. It is 40 count sand dune by Seraphim. It's a beautiful, beautiful fabric. I love their fabrics so much. And I was able, eventually, a little bit of time to get the called for floss. I am changing one thing. I'm following Christine's lead on this. She is doing the Quaker section of this, the Quakers, in old purple paint, and it is so pretty. So I have joined her on that. And this will be one thread over two, one floss thread over two linen threads. So I am really, really looking forward to this. I don't know what the finished size is going to be. I don't have that on my card, but I want to get that started. And I'm thinking about starting that on our anniversary, maybe, which is this month. So that these two things I am definitely starting this month. I have 15 days left. The next new start I want to do for the retreat, I don't know how far I'll get, and I think I might have talked to y'all about this at the last floss tube, and I need your opinion too. I really, really want your opinion. Okay, here we go. Is Teresa Kogut, Land That I Love. A lot of people have seen this. A lot of people have stitched it. It is gorgeous. Again, beautiful. I think this came out in 2020. But I want to do is another adaptation. And I want to do, and I have charted it out. Well, I've cut and pasted some of Teresa's divine motifs. This basket with the red, white, and blue flowers. The eagle standing on the fruit bowl or whatever. The USA. This little bird, part of this basket, and the flag. But I have really shifted a lot of things around in order to make it fit. And it might end up being that Peter will have to make a special spool for me because I'm not sure if it's going to fit on a tiny town. I am stitching it on a 40 count. I'm actually removing this bowl of berries, and I'm going to move this USA over. Can you see that? And the eagle is going to be standing on the USA, which I think will be kind of cool. I have shifted all this over. I've taken this bird out, made this basket smaller, moved these flowers down. I only have 3 flowers. And I moved the flag over so it's even with the eagle. And it's about the size that I want. So now it calls for 10 roof. And I do have a 10 roof that's 36 count. But I'm just not really crazy about the 10 roof. It's the old Weeks and it's real loosey-goosey. Anyway, I was hoping that I could find a fabric that had some texture to it. I was hoping maybe some blue and a little bit of just really vague, faded red. And I found this at Colorado Cross Stitcher Sherry, and it is Newcastle Linen 40 count Regency. Let me hold it up here. And I'm gonna put it with my floss. And I really would like your opinion on this. I wanted to ask you before I got started and see what you think. Isn't this a pretty fob or thread drop? That was from Christina of Siggy's Closet. She does beautiful work. I love her stuff. And here is the floss. I had a concern that this would just get lost. This, what is it? 712, which is the inside of the flowers and part of the flag. The eagle's face, which I might have to change. But tell me what you think. Honest opinion, Neil. I'm really looking for honest opinion. I don't know if this is how this is showing up in the camera because I can't tell, but this is a real faded blue. And then it has hints of a faded red. Okay, I hope Teresa's not gonna mind me shifting her stuff around. I had thought about maybe even getting in touch with her and asking what she thinks and if it's okay. But I talked to a friend of mine and she said, as long as you say an adaptation of Teresa's beautiful stitching. I'm going to step back and show you very quickly what I did. And it's going to be full. It's going to be full, and it's going to have a lot of beautiful color in it. I think it's going to be fun. So I did put the bird over this bird. I did move him over here, and the little bird that's originally standing on top of the USA star, I have moved over here where this doodaddy is. So that's going to be fun, but I want your opinion, so please let me know what you think. I love getting all the comments. I didn't get a chance to go through the comments before I started. This was really kind of a spur of the moment deciding to do this, because I didn't want it to go too long, you know, before I talked to you. And Peter's not available, so I thought, well, I'm just going to pull this stuff together, run upstairs, and see how it goes. Yeah, I've got one more whip go, and this is my whip go number 5, which is Prairie Schooler Santas. So I'm hoping to get to spend 5 days on one of these this month, so I can get caught up on my whip go. But I want your input. It's really hard. I want to do 7 of these because I have 7 little wooden frame trays that I want to paint. They have the little jute hanger, and I want to paint and put these on the inside. I think it would be really cute, different. I don't really want to make pillows out of them, which pillows are fine. But yeah, I would like to do something a little bit different. So I want your opinion on which one I should start. Would it be 2001 Santa? 2006 Santa, which I love this with the Singer saw or the saw machine. And I would probably change that Xmas on there and put Singer. And take these little doodaddies off. Just have Singer going across, maybe in gold or something, I don't know. 2017, 2018, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes, or 2020. So give me your opinion, which one that you would start. Let me know which one you would start. And have you stitched these? Do you like them? I have stitched a couple, actually 3, I think. And I enjoy them. They're pretty quick stitches. And I did go ahead, sorry for all the noise, and I had started off stitching them on a raw, I think it was 32 count linen, and I didn't like it. It was too bulky or something. So I switched, and I actually got the called for Davos fabric. And that's what I've been stitching these on. It's an 18 count. A lot of fun. It's kind of crazy stitching Christmas in April, you know, when it's getting hot here. The pollen has been unbelievable, and I am really affected by the pollen. I don't know if you guys are, but I never used to be when I was younger, but the older I get, the more affected I become by it. Anyway, it is getting better. Today we're in orange instead of red, and I think this is the first day we've been in orange since the beginning of spring. But everything is getting so beautiful. Anyway, that is my plans, and I do want your input on the Teresa Kogut land that I love, and also on the Santas, Prairie Schooler Santas. Just let me know which one you would start. Thank you. I'm gonna throw this down here. I'll be right back. I did want to mention some FlossTubers that I have watched over the past couple of weeks. One of them, these are people that are new to me too, and I've heard other folks mention them, and I've meant to go and pull them up, and I just haven't. But new to me is Erin Elizabeth Designs. I think y'all would really enjoy her. Colette, the Highway Stitcher. Colette is really neat. She's doing a stitch along right now with Keep on the Sunny Side of Life. And I've got that chart. I keep pulling it out, and that might be one of those that I just have to go ahead and kit up with the DMC and join their sale. And let's see, I also watched, and she does this beautiful work. What is it called? Lacing? She makes lace. Reminds me of my grandmother, but she does it with the bobbins. That is just so cool. I can't imagine having the dexterity to be able to do those bobbins and just, you know, make these beautiful designs that she's making. She just got back from a class that she took, and she was showing some rosettes and different things that she made. Oh, just gorgeous and really pretty. Of course, Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch, she did a tutorial for our spool, and really appreciate you doing that, Liz. Had a lot of people comment about that, and that's great. I really do appreciate it. I watched the new FlossTuber last night. Deborah Carroll Stitcher. She's got 2 up, part 1A and part 1B. And she was showing things that she had done and FO'd. I think she said from 2020 forward, she has done some beautiful stitching. And she's starting a FlossTube for a lot of different reasons, but she said one of the main reasons too is that she wants to get some of her pieces finished. And she feels like that doing a FlossTube, she's going to be accountable to you. And I feel the same way. And so maybe that will motivate her to get some things finished. And I look forward to seeing what she does. She has done some beautiful stitching. So she's a lot of fun. And then I had heard someone mention this. I can't remember who it was. Socks for Mom, Becky. And so I went and I looked her up. And really enjoyed her. She's doing some beautiful things. She was visiting with her daughter, I think, in Denver. And so she didn't have everything with her that she was working on, but she had some things, and just gorgeous. So anyway, if you haven't checked these FlossTubers out, go give them a look, see. And I'm always, too, looking for the new FlossTubers because I want to give them support. It's really important. There's something about the algorithm on YouTube that when you watch a video and you like it and subscribe, it boosts that up, and YouTube will put it out, push it out to more people. So if you don't mind, I would really appreciate it if you like this video and subscribe and hit the little bell, and that way you'll be notified next time we post one. Hopefully the next time Peter will be with me. I miss him when he's not here. I don't have anybody to cut up with, and he's such a character, as y'all know. Anyway, I do have some haul, quite a bit of haul, and then I have a giveaway. We weren't going to do a giveaway until we hit 1,000, but I was going through and organizing some drawers the other day, and I found some linen and some fabric that I've got. And I thought, why am I hanging on to this? I'm not going to use it. I'll go ahead and share it with you. So if it's something you want, let me know. First, though, I think I'm going to grab this box right here behind me and show you what I got from Market. Oh my gosh. And then a few other things too. So it's pretty full. I tried so hard to be good and to, although it's not bad getting stuff, but still. I did get my Vicki Clayton silks in. Excuse me, I'm going to reach and open these up. I'll cut that open if I can. I meant to do this beforehand. Oh, her silks are just gorgeous. Oh my word. I want you to look at, let's see if I can get all the pinks together. Look at these pinks. Oh, aren't they pretty? It's sea pinks. These are all sea pinks, okay? And then we've got King Ding. King Ding, I guess that's what that is. There's several of the King Ding. Hang on just a second. These are the solid, I'm in the solid club and the variegated. Okay, so these are King Ding, and these are various shades of green, very springy. And then I have, Cresoco, I don't know what this is. I don't know how you say that. See if you can read that. I'm not sure what that is, but they're beautiful blues. Oh, ocean blues. Chrysocolla, I don't know what that is. This is Poppin', oh, did I show you the Popinjay? I already showed you. No, I didn't show you the Popinjay. These are greens also. Here's a Popinjay. I'm trying to move out of the frame so maybe you'll be able to focus. And then these are Fuke Blues. Not sure. Look at that. Oh, man, goodness. Can you imagine an ocean blue like that? Woo. Thank you, Vicki. Beautiful. I got my fabric of the month in from Color and Cotton, 36 count, and this is Sandcastle. Isn't that beautiful? That is a good sampler color there with just a little bit of marbling, but not too much. She was able to switch me from the color to the more neutral colors. I love both of them. This is Chubby Bird from JBW Designs. So this is part of my market haul, and I'm sure y'all have seen a lot of these, but I'm gonna go ahead and show you Honey Fair October House. Beautiful. Can't wait to start these. Plum Street Samplers, this I know. And it's Jesus Loves Me, this I know. Sweet Wing Studio, Pray Without Ceasing. I saw this shown on Annabella's. She went through her top 10, I think it was. And I hadn't really seen this one. So I jumped right on that because I love that verse. Spring Quail by the Blue Flower. And you get 2 charts with this. I love everything the Blue Flower does. And the dogwoods, that is the flower of North Carolina, is the dogwood. We have a pink dogwood out front that has bloomed every Easter. Floral Etching by Heart and Hand. I can't remember who it was that was at market or was talking about this one, and she saw it done in a very large count. I think it was like a 10 count. So the stitching was really big, and they made it into a pillow. And she said it was beautiful. I think I might like to do that if I can find a 10 count that's nice. Let's see, I've got Gathering Stitches by Luminous Fiber Arts. I think that is so pretty. Oh my goodness, she does. Oh, so cute. And of course, okay, you knew I had to get a Honey of a Tiny Town. A Heart and Hand, Cecilia. And I ordered the Keepsakes Anytown that's going to be coming out in July, and that is in celebration of, I think, 25 years for Keepsakes store. So that's really neat. Each day provides its own gifts. And I think this is a sweet chart. The rolling hills has the ocean scene. Little doghouse right here. How cute. And there's a birdhouse, a bluebird house on it. Looks like the other house, the house that's next to it too. Oh, this is by Bent Creek. Spring chickens. I told you it was a lot. Hang in there with me. Spring chickens pen keep, which to look at this, you think it's small, but it's not small. It's 173 by 173. I love chickens and roosters. Isn't that cute? It's got the basket of eggs down here. I also got the big blue house pen keep drum. I love this. That would be great to start on 4th of July, I think. I'm not sure what size it is. Let's see. Sorry for the noise. Wow. Pen keep drum. Oh, the side. Okay. To do the side of the drum. Oh, I didn't realize the drum. Oh my goodness. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it is stitched around too. Let me take that out so you can see it. I did not realize that. Oh my goodness. Well, no, I just taped it shut. Okay, I'll show you that next time. It's not coming off. Okay, I'll show you that next time. These were PDFs that I got from Laurie at Pansy Patch Quilts. Oh, I love her. And this is the Tulip House sampler. I just think that is so pretty with, oh, Tulip House sampler. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Well, you don't see many yellow houses. And then it has tulips in the roof. I just think that is so pretty. And I've got some, okay, Oh, I had another one from her and it's not in here. I got the red schoolhouse sampler. I think I might have already put that in a bag because I want to get it started. And I might use that schoolhouse red. That'll be appropriate, won't it? And then I was able to get, and this was on my wish list and has been on my wish list for a long time, Birds of a Feather by Blackbird Designs. I can't wait to do those big lollipop flowers. Oh, that's gonna be so much fun. Oh my goodness. And then I got United We Stand, Blackbird Designs. And I think there's 3. Let me take this out of here. We have to do like Brenda tells us to and buy all the Blackbird, right? Okay. I think there are 3 charts. There's this square. I don't know, can't remember what they call that. Square finish. There's a scissor holder. And oh, this is so pretty. And then this one on the back. I can see July being busy, busy, busy. Here is a close-up of that square pillow. And it has United We Stand stitched around. That's gonna have to be a must start very, very soon. Oh, it's so pretty. Oh, this is for a pen pillow. No, a pen, what do you call it? A needle book. I've never made a needle book. Have y'all, or have you made a needle book? There's so much that I haven't done. So I got lots of catching up to do. Yes, this is a beautiful needle book. But I imagine, you don't have to do it as a needle book. Scissor pocket. Oh, I can't show you that one because it's got the chart on it. Oh, here's a close-up. Oh, this is so pretty. Isn't that pretty? Oh, and then the eagle down here. Oh my goodness. I've got a pair of scissors just like that. Oh. Isn't that pretty? He's so pretty. And then I've got Beloved by Running with Needles and Scissors. I was so happy to get this. I wanted to get it initially and couldn't find it anywhere. And I texted, oh, her name escapes me, Running with Scissors, and asked her, you know, where I could get it. And she told me the shops that had it. So I was able to find it through one of the shops that she told me. This is stitched in DMC. And I saw Kim, the Contented Needleworker, she's already started on it, and it is beautiful. Kim, oh my gosh. And then the last one is the Lord's Prayer, and this is by Lila's Studio also. I've been looking for a Lord's Prayer for a long time, so I was really happy to see this coming out. I just love all the colors of the flowers around it. I think it's beautiful. And the baskets, 2 little birds and some angels up at the top and butterflies. I got lots of stitching to do. And then my friend Kay Kern messaged me on Instagram. I'm sorry, I'm probably a camera thing. That she found a listing on eBay of some old sampler fabric that could be used for bags, project bags. So I went on the link and looked, and I was able to get it. And this is by it's by Williamsburg R presents the Sampler Collections by Wyndham Fabrics. I was able to get 7 yards of this. Isn't that pretty? So I'm not sure how I'm going to do them yet, but there's going to be lots of project bags in my future, hopefully in the shop, if I can get them to turn out right. And Kay used to make bags, and she said, excuse me, she used to make the vinyl front bags, and she's got a good tutorial, so she's going to send that to me. Thank you, Kay. I'm looking forward to that. I'm praying for you, sweet friend. Anyway, that is my haul. So, quite a lot. This is kind of one reason I wanted to do it, do this FlossTube with just you and me. Because Peter might go, oh my, I started out with one chart. Oh well. Hey, we're collectors, right? Yeah, that's it. We're collectors. I collect fabric, quilting fabric, notions, stitching fabric, stitching charts, just all kinds of beautiful things. So anyway, I guess that kind of wraps it up, except for the giveaway. Oh, no, I have one more thing I want to show you. A new friend of mine that's in our neighborhood, her name is Barbara, and we get together once a month, all the neighborhood ladies. I'm gonna get a little drink of water, excuse me. And we go to lunch, and it's really nice because, you know, even though we're in the same neighborhood, we don't always see each other. And I don't get out as much anyway with all the pollen and everything, because I just can't, you know, breathe very well out there. But anyway, so it's nice to meet new neighbors that have come in and get to know them. And Barbara does beadwork, and she makes bracelets and necklaces, jewelry, all kinds of jewelry. And I was talking to her about making some scissor fobs, and she didn't know what a scissor fob was, and I wouldn't know either. You know, when I first started, I had all these new terms that I had to learn. Oh, you know. But anyway, so I showed her some that I had gotten from Christina, and she said, oh yeah, I think I would like to try to do that. So she came down yesterday, and she had a little bag full of ones that she had made, and I might try these on our Etsy store and see if anyone is interested. Let me put this up against something here. I probably should have gotten I don't have one up here. Anyway, here's Here's one that she made that's a 4th of July, which is really cute. I don't know if you can see the little doodads. Ice cream cone. That's one she made. Here's one she made. I'll put this on another pair of scissors. This one I really like. Yeah. Some turtles. Isn't that cute? And then she put a little turtle down here at the bottom. And she said these are cultured pearls. I can't say that word. Cultured pearls. And she has more of these turtles, and she's going to do them in different designs. And she put a little bead up here with a little green, so it kind of draws it all together. I think she did a pretty job. And I'll just leave that on there. Okay. Let me get another pair of scissors. This one has, and I don't know if you can see it, it has wings and a heart, which is kind of upside down, and then it has a hummingbird. I think that's very pretty. Let me know what you think of these, and if it's something that you think other people would be, you're interested in, or that someone else might be interested in. And then here's the last one she made. It's really cute. Has more of the cultured pearls and a little star up at the top, and then this little teddy bear down here, which is very cute. I think I might have to stop the video because Buddy is telling me that he needs to go out. So I'm gonna pause. Back. Buddy's doing better. He can see straight now. Anyway, thanks for sticking in with me. I've got a few giveaways that I'd like to share with you. The first one is Field Mouse Hollow by Brenda Gervais. And I don't know if you can see it. It's up on my design wall, waiting to be finished. I've got a cute little hanger. I want to put that on. So if you're interested in this, let me know. You have to be 18. Don't say giveaway or prize or winner or anything like that. Just use the word mouse. And I'm going to write that down so I'll remember. Mouse. I told you I wasn't prepared. And that's Field Mouse Hollow. I use this, I stitch this with silky threads, mostly silky threads. I have another chart by Plum Street. Nope, this one was Brenda Gervais. I'm sorry, I have a chart from Plum Street, and it is Spring Has Sprung. I think I showed y'all this in our last FlossTube. The finish. So I won't be stitching this again. So if you're interested in this, use the word spring. And that's Spring Has Sprung. Forgive me for being out of breath. I had to run back up the steps, and that always gets me out of breath. I have 3 28 count linens, Witchell linen. I used to belong to the Fabric of the Month Club with Fat Quarter Shop, and I had never stitched with Witchell before, and I'm not, it's thinner, but you know, it works fine. Matter of fact, I don't know if you can see it. Let me go over this way. The We Will Always Remember stitch right there, that was with a Witchell linen. And I think it was a gray. No, it was a blue. It was a kind of a pale blue. And I wanted something that looked more like the eucalyptus that was called for. So I coffee tea dyed it. and it came out pretty close to the eucalyptus, because I eventually was able to get some of that, and I compared it, and it was pretty close. So anyway, I'm going to do these in 3 separate giveaways. You can enter for all, but you can only win one. So the Witchell, this is antique white. It's a fat quarter Witchell, 28 count. So if you're interested in this one, put white. I also have a French lace, which is another Witchell, 28 count, fat quarter. So if you like this one, use the word lace. Okay, I have one more of the Witchell, 28 count. This is Icelandic gray, fat quarter. So if you want a chance at winning this, let's use the word gray. G-R-A-Y. Okay. And then I have 3 more fabrics. These are Ada, all Ada. This is a 20 count gray white petite point, 10 by 18. So it's you know, plenty of room for a stitch. Okay. This was one that was gifted to me, so I'm passing it on to you. Let's use the word petite. That's 20 count Ada. Okay. This is, I'm not sure the size. It looks like maybe the same size. Now, let me measure real quick. 18 by 19. And it is a fabric flare. Ada, 16 count, I think. And it says tiny neutral snowflakes. So if you're interested in this one, it has a little bit of that sparkly fabric in it, sparkly thread, which will be good for Christmas stitching or winter stitching. Let's use the word snowflake. I'm gonna put fabric flare. Then I have one more, and this is called Sea Glass. It's a 18 count Ada, 18 by 21, and it has the opalescence. That's the word I was looking for, opalescence. It has the opalescence in it too. This is a Swigart, it looks like a Swigart base. Oh, whoops. Oh, it's not a whole piece, it's part of a piece. But if you want it, let me know, and let's use the word for this. So, how about sea glass? Sea glass. And that's the B-stitch me. Okay. So those are our giveaways for this FlossTube. I appreciate you joining me, and I hope you enjoyed some of what you saw and maybe got inspired. I'd love to know what you're stitching on, what your plans are for April and May as far as stitching. You know, we're coming up on, won't be long, Christmas in July, so that'll be fun to do that too. Anyway, we will, just a tiny little bit of shop news. Since Peter isn't here, I don't have anything to show you. Matter of fact, we just finished up our 4th spool round, and we are going to be doing another one, but we're going to take a week off and then do it again in a week. Well, he's going to see how much he can get done. We've got to get prepped for going to, for our road trip. And we want to be able to take a lot of items with us that are samples to show to shop owners so they can get an idea of what he does. And so that's going to take some time, and he's going to need time away from the shop, time away from the Etsy store to do that. We do have some items that he has made this week, some really pretty bee-skips and some other spools. I think there's 2 basswood spools that are in there. I'm not sure what else. But anyway, I do want to get that in the shop. Tomorrow's going to be crazy. It will probably be Monday before I can do that. So that, you know, the shop will remain open, but we won't be taking any custom orders or doing any pre-ordering for the spools. So that's our little bit of shop news. I would like to end with the scripture, just like Peter does when we're together. And I wasn't sure what to share. So, but anyway, I opened the Bible, and it opened to Isaiah. Isaiah and Jeremiah were 2 of my mother's favorite prophets. And I love to read. I love the whole Bible. I love to read Isaiah and Jeremiah. Sometimes they're hard to read, but this particular chapter is chapter 4. And I'd like to share that with you now. If you don't want to hear it, thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you again in a couple of weeks, and hopefully Peter will be back with us and he can share some of his goodies. But anyway, leave me a comment. Let me know what you're working on. And if you're leaving now, bye, and thanks for coming by. If you'd like to stay with me just for a short reading, that would be wonderful. This is Isaiah 40, and I want to read verses 1 through 5. Comfort, comfort my people, says your God. Speak tenderly to Jerusalem and cry to her that her warfare is ended, that her iniquity is pardoned, that she has received from the Lord's hand double for all her sins. A voice cries in the wilderness, prepare the way of the Lord. Make straight in the desert a highway for our God. Every valley shall be lifted up, and every mountain and hill be made low. The uneven ground shall become level, and the rough places a plain. And the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together, for the mouth of the Lord has spoken. Thank you for joining me. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Bye-bye. Many happy stitches.